It's not working. Oh, here we go. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Parkland, Florida. For those of you that don't know me, Chef Tarantino. I'm actually at my family's house in South Florida, about 40 miles from Miami. We're getting ready to make some fresh pasta. Someone last night had asked about showing how to do the fresh pasta. I believe I have a video somewhere way back on actually how to make it, but I'm going to show you guys again real quick. But before we get started, please take a look at that link that I have posted to the top of the page. It's actually attached to this video. Click on that and please vote for your favorite chef. It's going to help us out considerably. I'm in a competition nationally with tons and tons of talent, although we don't expect to win, but your vote will be super, super helpful in competing with all these guys, and it's all about your vote, and you can do one free vote a day. So thank you so much to those of you that are already voting, and please, if you haven't already, get on there and vote for us. Huge prize. We're gonna throw a huge party if we do. If we are able to win that contest, huge Italian buffet. Super excited. But all right, so let's get started with this making the pasta. You only need a few ingredients, super simple. Again, at-home recipes. Let me get on here so I can see you guys. Tammy, how are you? Gretchen, Rachel. All right, so you need some all-purpose flour. You know where to get this. Eggs. I'm cooking for a party of 8 tonight here. I'm actually booked in Parkland, Florida. Now, not only do I get to visit my family, but I get to do a little bit of cooking for everybody, which I'm super excited about. So you can book me anywhere you want. Just food for thought. So anyway, we got our eggs. You got your flour. You need extra virgin olive oil, a measuring cup, seasoning, salt and pepper. This is my special seasoning that I like to use. And then you're gonna need some portion bags. I have 4 because I'm making enough pasta for 8 people this evening. So, and you'll see why you need the 4 bags. So if you're doing it for 2 to 4 people, remember every egg is equal to 1 portion of pasta. So I'm cooking for 8 people tonight, so I'm doing 8 eggs. Whenever I make this recipe, I either use 4 eggs or 8 eggs. I either make it for 4 people or 8 people. I always make extra. This way it keeps the recipe consistent, if you will. All right, so what we're gonna do is get this stuff out of the way. Michelle, how you doing? You met my dad before, Michelle Mosca. I don't know if you remember her, a long time ago.
Not at all. No, I don't remember. Her name, I can't put it together.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with...
Make sure the eggshells are here, so you're supposed to deposit your eggshells in case Daddy wants to help you.
Well, if you want to help me, we're doing 2 piles over here.
No.
That's why I got 8 eggs.
I'm gonna rest. I need a rest. I can't. Can I say, am I gonna rest my feet tonight? My feet hurt me today.
All right, relax. Well, you can actually do it sitting there, mixing the egg and everything.
Okay, I'm doing fine. I want to see the pro at work.
Okay. All right, so get your flour. All-purpose flour is fine. There's 3 types of flour you can use, but for easy at home, most everybody has all-purpose flour. Don't use self-rising. Make sure it's an all-purpose flour. You can use semolina, whatever you want, but this is the way I do it. It's the easiest. Did the doorbell just ring?
No.
4 level cups of flour, and the recipe that I'm showing you now is for 8 people. You'll get 8 portions of pasta. You do 4 cups. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put just a little bit of flour to the side in case I need some extra to put on here. We're gonna set this aside. We're done with the flour. Let me move this over so you guys can see this better. All right, so what we're gonna do is we got a mound of flour, 4 cups of flour. We're gonna take our fingers and we're gonna create a well right in the center. And you gotta be careful not to breach the wall, and you'll see what I'm talking about shortly. So nice little well of flour. Keep some flour on the bottom. And you gotta fit 8 eggs. You're gonna crack 8 eggs in here. Now, if there's only 2 of you're cooking for, do the 4-egg recipe. 2 cups of flour, 4 eggs, and then you'll get your 4 portions of pasta. You don't have to make a batch this big, but we have a lot of people coming this evening, so we're making extra. So you got a nice little well, and then I have flour in the center. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these eggs, we're gonna crack them and put them right in the center. I need a fork. I forgot to get a fork. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the help from the audience over here. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you have all your stuff ready. What I usually like to do too, when I'm doing this on my stainless steel table, I'll have a little dough scraper, dough knife if you will, and this way I can keep scraping everything off the bottom. But obviously we're not gonna do that on this marble countertop, or my father would kill me. All right, so we're gonna crack our eggs. All 8 eggs right in the middle. Be careful not to get the shell in. So how's everybody doing today? Where are you guys watching from? Have you ever made pasta before? Your own pasta? There's nothing like fresh pasta. Nothing like it at all. It's the best. All right, so we got all our eggs in here. Let me wash my hands real quick. Remember, when you're washing your hands, to kill that bacteria, you need to wash your hands for 20 seconds or sing happy birthday to yourself, for those of you that don't know. Anybody in the restaurant business knows that. 20 seconds. You wash your hands for 20 seconds?
Wash your hands for 90 seconds.
90 seconds. The water has to be as hot as you can stand it. All right. So now what we're gonna do is just like making an omelet. Actually, first we're gonna put our olive oil, about a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil in the center. Let me remove the galvanized screw. About a tablespoon and a half of oil. And we're done with the oil. Actually, we're not done with the oil. I'll show you what we do with that at the end. Then we're gonna add a few pinches of seasoning, salt and pepper if you want, or just salt. Some people do just salt. I like to really flavor it. And enough to make sure I cover the whole outside. So you can see the seasoning all over the top of the pasta, the egg. All right, and then what we're gonna do is start beating it like an omelet, just as if it was in a bowl. And then, once we get all the egg yolks broke, slowly we're gonna incorporate the flour that's on the walls. But be careful not to put your fork down, because you breach the wall, your egg is gonna go everywhere. And you don't wanna do that. If it happens, you just gotta keep covering up with the flour and be super fast. Once you do it a few times, it's easy. Now see, all my egg yolks are broke. I'm gonna slowly add more flour in here, and it's gonna start to thicken. And what I'm doing, you really can't see it, but this part of the fork, I'm actually scraping the flour into it as I'm mixing it to thicken it up. Keep pushing it in over the top. Use your fork to dig in the walls without breaching the walls. You don't want to breach them. You know how many times I've done that? It's so aggravating, because you got to chase the egg all over the place. It's so simple to make pasta, so simple, and it is rewarding. Nothing like it.
How long does it take to cook pasta?
90 seconds.
To the standard pasta you buy in the box.
You talk to me and look what happened.
See what I'm saying?
Look what you did.
Here we go.
And that's, where'd you take my focus off that pasta for? Now see, this is what can happen when you're not paying attention. Don't worry about it. He's having a heart attack about a mess in his house. Don't worry about it. Just keep it together. Don't panic.
Thank God that did not out.
Well, now you know what happens when you break. Why does this always happen to me live? Something always gotta happen, but I guess it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a little messy right now. That was not supposed to happen. But this is what you do if it does. Stop the egg from going on your floors. See, it's starting to thicken up now as a paste.
I think you're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Get all that egg in there. A little messy, but that's okay. I can't believe I just did this. Thanks, Dad. I'm blaming you.
Asking a question.
Well, yeah. What was the question now? I forgot. It freaked me out.
A regular box of pasta you buy in the store.
That takes 7 to 9 minutes.
Right.
So based on the type of pasta you get.
Seconds, huh? Can you freeze that?
What's that?
Can you freeze that
Yes.
homemade pasta?
And nest. I'll explain that when we get to that point. And then what you're gonna do, normally it's not this loose because you're still mixing it in with the fork, but we breach the walls. You have a dough scraper? A plastic, like a spatula.
Oh, right behind you. I'll get it.
Just a pig, huh? Yep, I need that. Scrape all this in. It's a good thing we put that extra flour on the table. I can't believe I did this. Oh, Lord have mercy. The pasta, once we get it, see how it's starting to come together nicely? Boy, do I hate my hands being sticky. You're gonna keep rolling it up, make a nice dough. See how it's starting to become a dough? Actually, I'm kind of glad it did break the breach, so you know what to do. It's not a bad thing. You don't want to do it, or you end up with this big freaking mess like I got.
Oh, you can use all the pieces. You get about 5.
Yeah, you gotta scrape them all
About a
up.
quarter of a pound of macaroni just hanging on the counter.
What? Get some more flour on this.
You want me to make it?
Well, normally it's not this difficult, but this is what can happen when you're making it. This is what happens when you make it for the first time, not the 4,000th time. And then we're going into the kneading process here in a second. Once I get all this extra that's all over the place back in here. And then you're gonna have to do this, knead it for 10 minutes. Has to knead for 10 minutes. You keep rolling it. Don't waste nothing.
Ain't no yeast or
I
nothing.
can't believe I did that. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, and then you're going to do this. Just keep folding it and rolling it for 10 minutes. You have to do it for 10 minutes. This is the hottest part about making the pasta, unless you breach the wall like I did. A little more flour. If it's sticky, just add a little bit more, a little bit at a time. Oh, I'm sorry, I aggravated with myself right now. I just did that. All right, so this is perfect. And you want it to feel, it should feel like Play-Doh. Hey Larry, how you doing? Rhonda, how are you? Barbara, Gail, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing and leaving your comments. 10 minutes, see how it's a little sticky? You add a little bit more flour. It shouldn't stick to your hands. And also, pasta, when it's ready, it should have bounce back to it. So when you push down, it comes back up. That's what you want. That's how you know you have the right measurements. But again, you don't want it to be sticky to your hand. It should feel like Play-Doh. And you don't want it humid either. It can't be humid in your house. That'll mess you up. Keep doing this.
So it's no good to do it in the Everglades?
My dad's back. Smoking that basil last night. Oh Lord, I don't know if you guys seen that video from last night, but good God almighty, that was hilarious. Still a little sticky, just add dusting more flour.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it's great. Wait till you try it tonight. I can't believe you haven't made the homemade pasta.
No.
Grandma used to make it?
My mother used to make it.
Yeah, that's my grandma.
Yeah. Well, she was my mother.
But she was my grandmother. So what are you guys out and about doing today? It is beautiful out here in South Florida. Super excited, gonna be booking a lot of parties down here. So any of you that are watching that are from this area or down this area, I'll have a schedule for the times that I'll be down here when you can book me and take care of your private parties anywhere in South Florida. Well, you know I'll take a booking anywhere in the country. Just about there. Has it been 10 minutes yet? Has to be close, right?
How's it feel to you?
Oh, it feels great. So another minute or two. I think maybe just a tad bit more flour. And it'll start to pick up everything that's on the counter. And then clean this mess before my mother comes out here and kills me. What? Did you see the counter? What? I'll just give her some bruschetta. Hey, Mom, sit at the table. Have some bruschetta. Just about there. All you're doing is just 10 minutes. You have to work the flour, get everything going in there. See how it pops back up? That's what you're looking for. It shouldn't be hard at all. It shouldn't be tough. And obviously, if it's sticky, you don't have enough flour in there.
And it's, you always add more. I'm noticing a little stickiness.
That's probably because of the humidity. It feels a little humid. All right, then what we're gonna do, because this is a double portion, remember this is 4 cups of flour, 8 eggs. We're making this for 8 people. Yeah, it's still a little sticky. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this in half. And each one of these balls is gonna be 4 portions of pasta. And I'll show you how we store those in just a second. And once we're done with this part, the kneading, which we got about another minute left, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna store them in a Ziploc bag or a plastic bag, you know, like a sandwich bag or something. Obviously, that's enough room to put this in here. And then we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on it so it doesn't stick to the bag. And then we're gonna let it sit out in the bag at room temperature for 30 minutes. And then once we do that, then we can put it in the fridge and we'll have it ready for tonight. And then when we do tonight, when I see you guys, because we're gonna go live sometime tonight, I'm not sure what part of the dinner party, but we are gonna go live. And I'll show you how we actually cut up the pasta. Super, super simple. This is the longest part about making the pasta, the kneading of it. It's super simple, but let me tell you what, the flavor, forget about it. It is the best. It's so worth it. Todd, how are you? Michelle. A lot of Michelles on there. All right, this is perfect. Feel this.
Yeah, I can see it. It's fine.
Feel it.
They want to
I love my father. You're crazy. All right, we're right where we want to be. So what we're gonna do is make a couple discs, just like this. And tonight when I cut it, I'll cut it into 4s to get my 4 portions of pasta. You make spaghetti, fettuccine, whatever type of pasta you want, bow ties. Obviously, if you want to make a rigatoni or a penne, you're gonna need a machine to do that, where it slides through the dies on the machine, like if you got one of those KitchenAids at home. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little olive oil in the bag. And then we're gonna take the pasta and rub it around the oil. This way it doesn't stick to the bag. I'm gonna push it down a little bit, and then tonight I'll cut this into 4ths. Hey Dad, you wanna zip that up? Now when we cook this tonight, if you guys don't happen to watch this, you make your pasta, you're gonna have to roll this out paper thin when you get ready to actually cut pasta. Super, super thin. And they say, I've said this before, a lot of you heard me say this, you want the pasta sheet thin enough to where you can read a love letter through it. And that's what the old saying is when you're making the pasta, because you know, Italian romance and all that other good stuff. So you should be able to read that love letter through the pasta. If you can read a newspaper or a love letter through the pasta, you've got it thin enough. So you need to roll it out as flat as you can possibly get it, and then you'll end up cutting it. And then when you go into the water, when you put it in your water, it only takes 90 seconds to cook the pasta.
And if you don't
But it
mind,
has to be at a boil. Do not put your pasta in there and it's not at a boil, it'll be mush.
and if you're making the dough and you don't feel like you don't want to eat it, you can get the funny papers, put it down and stick it to the
planet.
top of the dough.
Silly putty.
Do that when we're kids.
All right, that's it. So now we get the air out.
So what's the other bags for?
I thought I needed 4, I don't know what I was thinking.
I know you're remaking
Better to have more than
the
enough.
National Guard's not coming.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set these on the counter to rest
Here. You want
at room
some?
temperature.
Here.
Thank you. And then tonight, we'll, once this is all done and everything, we have everybody over right before dinner.
Now, do you have to
We'll
time
start
it?
cutting the pasta and we'll start cooking it.
You have to time that. I got a time code.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
30 minutes. I make so much of this crap. I mean, you couldn't tell by the mess I made. Normally, it's not this messy at all. Don't breach the walls. But that's how you make fresh pasta. Super, super simple. You have any questions, let me know. What I would do if it's just 2 of you or 4 of you at home, do the 4 eggs, 2 cups of flour, tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, pinch of salt and pepper. Done. Super simple. Just remember to knead it out for 10 minutes. Make sure it's level cups. You add too much flour, you're gonna be driving yourself crazy. Adding just a little bit of water in there. If you do the measurement properly, you won't have a problem. I've made it 1,000 times. And then of course, just be careful not to breach the walls. I mean, it's gonna happen a lot. I haven't done that in a while, but I'm kind of glad it did happen while I was doing this with you guys, so you could see what to do and how to fix that, and you still get your pasta and your product right. But we'll see you tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We have some guests coming over. We're making bruschetta. We're gonna make, I don't know what we're gonna make. I'm gonna do some steak. We're gonna do, what else? Caprese salad. I know Mom wants caprese salad. What other appetizers? We're gonna do a bunch of stuff, but we'll show you guys around, show you what we're doing, and show you what happens when we do these Tuscan Experience events in home for you, in the privacy of your own home. And it's fantastic. You can't beat it. Guys, thank you so much for watching and sharing. Please vote. Hit that link at the top of the page. Click on that free vote. You can do 1 free vote a day. I'd be very grateful for you guys helping us out with that and voting. And I will see you guys in Georgia. For those of you that follow me in Georgia, I'll be back in Georgia tomorrow night, and we'll be catering on Tuesday. So anybody that wants to put on orders, let me know. I am closed the 13th, and I'm booked this coming Saturday too, that I have a private event that I'm doing for a private birthday party. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching and sharing. I love you all. You have a blessed day, and I will talk to you guys later. Making the pasta. Let me know how it comes out too. I want some pictures. When you guys make this stuff, take some pictures of it and shoot it over to me. I'd love to see what happens.